Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we'll be learning about the builder design pattern. As the name suggests, it is a type of creational design pattern and it lets us create a complex object step by step in a very elegant manner. Also, you can use the same construction code to create different possible configurations of the object. So remember this phrase, step by step. We'll use it a lot in this video and you'll see it is a key to how the builder pattern works its real magic. Before we discuss anything more about the builder design pattern, let's first try and understand the problem which the design pattern solves. I think understanding the problem will help us to understand the usability of the pattern in a much more detail, and I also believe we'll be able to appreciate it more. So let's get started. Consider that we are trying to bake a pizza. Now, before we put the pizza in the oven, we need to add different toppings on the pizza. You can imagine with all the different topping options available and with the different permutations and combinations, we can end up with a lot of types of pizza. Now, let's go to the IDE and try and figure out how we can model this in the code. So, we'll have a pizza class. An instance of this class will denote a pizza that we bake, and we'll have different toppings for the pizza. Let's add chicken, pepperoni, onion, tomato, cheese, corn, capsicum, paneer, and mushrooms as the available topping options for now. Now let's add these topping options as simple Boolean variables in the class. A value of true means we'll add that topping to the pizza, else we'll skip it. Now, before we are able to create an instance of this pizza class, we need to provide the values of the toppings for the pizza, right? So, the simplest solution for providing them is by passing them all in the constructor at once. So, we can create a giant constructor in our pizza class with all the possible topping parameters. This solution works. We can use the new operator in the client code to create new pizza objects with different toppings. Suppose we want a chicken pizza, so we'll call the constructor to create a new object by passing true for chicken and false for everything else. Similarly, we can pass different combinations of toppings to get the desired pizza. So if I want a pizza with lots of cheese and veggies, we'll pass true for onion, tomato, corn, capsicum, cheese, paneer, and mushrooms, and we'll have a yummy veggie pizza ready. Although this constructor solution works, it has some problems. We can end up with a lot of parameters in our constructor. In most cases, most parameters will be unused, so constructor calls becomes very ugly. For example, here when we were creating the chicken pizza, we only needed chicken, but still we had to pass values for all the toppings. Parameters need to be provided in a specific order. So, you need to remember or continuously refer to the constructor definition to pass values in the appropriate order. With any new parameter addition, all constructor callers will need to be updated, even if they don't plan to use the attribute. So, clients need to be aware of and be updated with every little update in the underlying code. It is seriously too much maintenance. It is too error prone and it is too easy to confuse and mix together different parameter values. It is definitely not easy to read. So we can agree that there is a problem when we are trying to create a complex object with too many parameters and too many possible configurations, right? So what's the solution? Yep, you guessed it right, builder pattern. Let's understand what a builder pattern is and how it helps fix these problems. So the builder pattern introduces a new builder class, which, as the name suggests, will create the complex object for you. Internally, it can still use the same ugly new method call to create a new object, but to you, it exposes the object construction as a simple set of steps. To create an object, you execute a series of these steps on the builder object. For example, to create a chicken cheese pizza, we'll first take the step to add cheese, then we'll take the next step to add chicken, and voila! Our pizza is ready to bake. Sounds unbelievable, right? Come, let's check it out in the code. So, With the builder pattern, we'll have a builder class. It will internally contain all the parameters or toppings as our pizza class. We can initialize all these parameters with a default value, which will be false for our use case. But instead of a huge giant constructor with loads and loads of parameter, we'll have a simple constructor with zero. Yes, zero parameters. Now, if you are wondering how we will provide or add toppings to our pizza, then here comes the magic and power of the builder pattern. We just learned that the builder pattern exposes object construction as a set of simple steps. So what are these steps and what do they look like in the code? Let's take a look. Each step corresponds to a method of the builder class by which we can set the value of one parameter, or for our use case, add a topping. So to add chicken, we'll have a step to add chicken. To add pepperoni, we'll have a step to add pepperoni. To add cheese, we'll have a step to add cheese. So you see where this is going. We'll have a step for each topping. And then in the end, we'll have a build method that will give us our pizza. Since it's our pizza and it's our code, we can call this build method whatever we want. And I'll rename it to bake. Cool. Now that we have the builder class set up, let's see how we can create a pizza using the builder pattern. Again, let's say we want the cheese chicken pizza. So for that, we'll first create an object of the builder class, which is super easy. Just use a new operator without providing any parameter. And then on this builder object, let's call different steps. Since we want to add cheese and chicken, we'll first call the step to add cheese. And then we can call the next step on the builder object to add chicken. Now that we have added all the toppings we want, we can just call the bake method and it will give us our pizza. There, done. So this is in essence our builder pattern. But the code is not final yet. We can still do some minor optimizations which we'll see in some time. But let's first talk about the benefits which this step-by-step approach gives us. As we saw, there is no need to call all of the steps. Just follow the steps to add your desired toppings and you'll get your pizza. No need to provide fake or default values of all the unnecessary toppings in the constructor. There is no need to remember the order in which parameters need to be provided. You can call the steps of the builder class in any order and the result would be the same. With any new parameter addition, we will need to update the builder class and add a new step for the new parameter. But in most cases, we don't need to update the existing client code as we know that the builder steps can be optional. Constructor of our pizza class still has that giant ugly constructor, but it is so rightly not visible to the client. Code is so much readable now, and since there are different steps for each parameter, there is no possibility of mixing up and interchanging parameter values. I hope you are able to appreciate the beauty and the usefulness of the builder pattern and relate with all these benefits I mentioned. If yes, then I'll call this video a success. But please don't drop off the video just now. Let's quickly talk about a minor optimization we can do to our builder class. Currently, each step method of the builder class returns void. And while calling the step methods on the object of the builder class, we are using builder.addChicken, builder.addCheese, builder.addCorn, and so on to add the toppings, and then finally builder.bake. What if we modify the step methods to return the same instance of the builder? Then we can chain together these different method calls on the builder object. Doesn't this look much more elegant and a little easier to read now? Do let me know in the comments. Cool. With this, we have completed the discussion of the builder pattern. I sincerely hope you found this video useful and are now able to understand what's a builder pattern and in what situations it makes sense to use it. I've added the link to the GitHub repo for the sample code I used in the video. Feel free to check it out and use it as a reference. Now, there is one more simple extension of the builder pattern, in which we have a concept of director along with the builder. But I guess we have already covered and learned so much in this video, and that could be covered in another video. Goodbye for now then, and I'll see you in the next one.